How to combine 2D animation and 3D animation in Blender. First, let's create a 3D animation in Grease Pencil. This version introduces a new brush system and folders to organize drawing layers, and a few other cool stuff. Make your first drawing, and a few frames later, create a keyframe by pressing I. What you're seeing here is the online skinning, meaning the previous drawing. You can disable it here or directly on the cornerstone layer or the folder in which it is. You can also adjust the opacity on the onion skinning. Now make your second drawing and create other keyframes for each new drawing you're going to make. This is what the rough looks like. Now add a new layer for the line art. Reduce the opacity of the rough layer for better visibility and start drawing. A keyframe is created automatically when you add a new layer, so I didn't need to create one, but for the other drawings you will. After the line art, we can start adding color. To keep things organized, let's add a new folder and a new layer inside of it. Place it below the line art folder. Now go to the materials tab and create a new material. Choose fill and disable stroke, then choose a color you like. Now you can start coloring with the pen brush, or you can use the fill bucket tool. Same way we did for the lines, create a keyframe for every new drawing you're going to color. Then add a new material for the beak and feet. No need to create new keyframes as I'm going to color on the same layer. You can separate them if you prefer. Just make sure you put that new layer above the base color layer. One more thing I didn't show you on the previous shot is how to add shadows. Create a new folder and a layer and place them above the color folder. With the layer selected, enable mask, or just click on this icon directly on the layer. Click on the plus button to choose what layer will be the base. Select the base color layer, create a new material for the shadows. Not done yet, but now your strokes are limited to the base layer you selected previously. Finally, set the blend mode of the shadow layer to multiply and adjust the material's color. You can now draw shadows. You can do the exact same for the highlights if you want. Just this time, set the blend mode of the highlight layer to add and choose a slightly darker color than the shadows material. The 2D animation is done, so we can switch to object mode and add a time offset modifier to make it last longer for our fine animation. Change the mode to fixed frames and place the cursor of the timeline to the first frame of the animation, which is frame 1 here, and click this dot here to create a keyframe. Then place the cursor to the last frame of the animation and update the frame number here and create a new keyframe. Now select the action editor on the top sheet and save the new action by clicking on this icon. Then click on action and choose push down action. Now switch to the non-linear animation editor and go to action clip and increase the repeat value to your liking. Now that the animation is long enough, we can animate it on a 3D space. I'll just make him cross a bridge I found on Sketchfab. First place him at the beginning and create a keyframe. Move him to the middle and do the same. And finally at the end. Select all 3 keyframes, press T and set the interpolation to linear, and that's it. It's better to use a curve for this kind of animation, but that would make this more complex. At least now you know.